Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are trimming the fenders on the Jeep. I got these removed, and I finished removed them, these this morning, as you can see here. And what I'm gonna do, get down here, is I got this marked. We put the grill on it, which I'll put up on the screen here, and I marked this here to the bottom of the grill to where it would be flush. Checked it, made sure it was level with the if the Jeep was leveled, made sure this line was level right here. So I'm going to cut this off right here. Now this is, I believe, 84 to 96 only, if I remember right. Don't quote me on that. And then I'm going to trim to this body line right here. I'm not going to cut this completely off. What we're going to do is just do the pie cut method and fold this back in, because this fender doesn't have a lot of the supports back in here. It's kind of flimsy, very flimsy actually. So that's going to give it back a little bit of strength, and then we're going to try to figure out some way to make a bracket to hold this to the fender up in here. Also, I did remove the support up here that attached, I believe, to this bolt hole right here. I'm going to mark this. I'm going to go to the store and get a silver Sharpie and mark through here where I want to trim. You don't have to worry about any of the pinch welds up here like you do at the back, but when we get back there I will show you all that as well. But I'm going to get started. Also, when we go to town, I'm going to get some paint and clean this up, because when you fold this back and beat it back with a hammer, you're going to knock most of the paint off of it. So I'm going to go just get some black spray paint, because like we talked about in the last video, or the last couple videos, the paint on this Jeep isn't the best and it does need repainted. So, but I'm going to get going, guys. I'll update y'all when I get this one done. Alright, guys, so still can't hardly talk, but I started on trimming the fenders, as you can see here. Still got to clean it up with some paint and all that, but what I did is the cut and fold method. I'll put some pictures up here on the screen right now of how I did it, before, in progress, and after. Alright, I will go over how I did it over there on that other side. But I'm going to get started on the back here, because it is a little bit different to do the back than the front. But I'm going to wait to get some heat going in here so the lights come on. But I'll see y'all here in a bit. Also, guys, kind of an update here for y'all. Everything up here is mounted. Everything's good. Fans mounted. Belt's tight. This is a new belt. I got it the other day. And if you need the part number for one, there you go. Have the oil changed. Got a new filter down there. New oil in it. I got some transmission fluid to go in it. Here, got new coolant and all that kind of stuff. I got the new air filter in it, air boxes in it, and mounted. Computers mounted. So we should be ready to fire this thing as soon as the fuel pump's back in it. I have the new pump back here. That will be tonight. I'll be putting this in. But here's the new fuel pump. The new fuel filter is already installed. I got it installed earlier. Also on this Jeep, my 93, I did not have to drop the fuel tank. I'll get a light and I'll show y'all. But the fuel pump is actually on the front of the tank. So it made that pretty easy. I was gonna make a video about it, but since it's that easy, I didn't feel that that was necessary. So, but all you gotta do is there's a little locking ring. Take the locking ring off. Just take a hammer and a big screwdriver or chisel or whatever, and knock that lock ring around, and unplug it, unhook the fuel lines, and it just comes right out. Pretty easy. But I'm gonna grab a light and I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. Alright, I got the light put up in there. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but up in there is where the fuel pump sits, toward the middle, but super easy. Like I said, just take that lock ring off. The lock ring is right there. Take it off and the pump will just slide out. Super easy. Like I said, not near as bad as it is on a truck, or I know some of the older Jeeps, like my old 98, you do have to drop the tank, but again, you just have the two straps, unhook the filler neck and all the lines and everything, and it just drops out. But I'm gonna get started on these. I'm gonna get some stuff together real quick and I'll get back to y'all in a second. Okay guys, so first thing that I did is, of course, remove your factory flares. If you need a video on that, I'll leave a link below. I don't know if I've said that already, but I will leave a link below for that. And if you need to know how to do that, super easy. Again, super easy. Now, what I did is I took and I made a tape line all the way around, even wrapped up under here on both sides. And then you want to take some kind of a bright, if you have a black Jeep like I do. I got a gold Sharpie, a silver Sharpie will work as well. But you want to clean this off right here, and then there's all these little dimples. These are spot welds. Take your Sharpie and mark each one of those spot welds, just like this. You can see a spot weld right there. Just take your Sharpie and mark it, because you do not want to cut through these. These is what hold the side of the Jeep to the floor. So just take a minute and go around, mark all of these. That way you will be sure not to cut through them, because this is a pinch weld right here. So the floor of the Jeep and your wheel well, which is right here, that is welded to this with these little spot welds. But I'm going to do that real quick. Alright, now that I have every single one of the spot welds marked all the way across, now I'm going to take my just cut off wheel, I don't know, little zip these all, or zip a bunch of little lines through here. On the straight parts, you can kind of space them out a little bit, but on these curves and stuff, you want to do a bunch of little cuts. But I'll show y'all what I'm talking about here in just a second. Also, I know someone's going to comment and say this, but yes, I did cover up the inlets for the fuel pump, and I did plug off the lines while I'm doing this. And there's a fire extinguisher right over there. So, also, wear your safety glasses. I got my safety glasses on. Safety is of the utmost importance. But I'm going to get started. I'll catch up with you guys here in a minute. Okay, guys. So I stopped right here because I'm starting to run out of air pressure. But you can kind of see here what I'm talking about. Got this one cut. Started bending it back already. And then you can see the cuts here. And then the smaller cuts. I still gotta finish cutting all these, but I figured I would go ahead and give you all an update real quick. And then you can take a rubber mallet, which I have around here somewhere, and you can knock down all of these edges I'll grab the hammer and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I have a just an old rubber mallet here. Already needs replaced, but you can take it and just start. You can just knock back the edges, and you can see there gaining clearance. You know. You can take them and bend them around like that. You can see you get a nice edge. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend these all the way around, you know, completely flush with up in here as much as I can. And then I'm going to take some sandpaper and clean this up and just paint it, because you can see the paint will start to peel when you're doing that. But I'm going to finish this up, guys, and I'll update y'all here in a bit. Okay, guys, so here you go. You can kind of see I got all these bent back. A couple of them I got to touch up a little bit. Like this one, it didn't bend back all the way, but that ain't a big deal. We can touch that up here in a little bit. And you can come back through here with some sandpaper and whatnot and clean up all the edges where the paint has chipped off. Just so there's no rust or none of that occurs, you know. But you can see the difference here and then there. Pretty easy to do. I mean, I maybe have 5 minutes in all of this right here. But I'm going to keep going. I'll update y'all when I get all this finished out. Okay, guys. So this is before I'm going to sand all this off and clean it up and whatnot. But as you can see here, it is done. In a couple places here, some of them were a little bit different. But I'm going to take, y'all hear that? We got a hole in our roof now because squirrels have been crawling in and out of it. That's just great. Actually over here in the side. But anyways, that'll be for another time when it's not raining. But I'm going to go through here with a air sander. If you, like you can see, a lot of the paint has chipped off from hammering the big chip down there. A lot of it on the floor and all over everything down here. But I got all these bent back as far as I could. Now I'm going to go through here with the air sander and knock down all these sharp edges. And I'm going to throw a coat of paint over this and call it good. I also got all the adapters are torqued. All the wheels are torqued except for the two over there that I haven't done yet. And this one, which is about to go back on. But to save y'all the boringness of that, I'm just going to skip ahead and start on the driver's side. Okay, guys, here we are. Got it all cleaned up, sanded it down, some sandpaper, hit it with some black paint. Looks pretty good. I still have to clean this one up here, but you know, it is what it is. It's almost done. Still got to do the driver's side, like I talked about. But that's not a real big deal. I'll get that finished up. Also, I did get the bottom of the fenders cut off, as you've seen in another video, or in another clip that I did a couple weeks ago. You gotta do the back. On the back, just be careful because your fill neck's right there, but it's really the same. I did the same process on the back, on the front, but I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm actually gonna go inside for a little bit because I feel like crap today. But what I did is I cut to this body line right here, right there. I didn't go all the way to the top, just to try to keep a little bit of structure to the fender. Like over here, I got it all bent back, and the fender's not not super wobbly. Same thing on the back, but the back has those pinch welds. But as floppy as this fender is, if I cut out all these bends, it would be terrible. Because look at it now. That's a lot of play for the fender. Yes, I did take out that brace down here, but just a little bit of movement up here. But I do like the way that the little body line sticks out there. Like so. Just that little bit of body line. I like it. Gives it a clean look. Now, I did gain 1 1/4 inches of tire clearance. I'll show y'all. The Jeep is sitting on the ground. Completely sitting on the ground. I let the jack down in the back to show y'all. But show y'all with the tape measure here. Go from the lug on the tire to the fender, 7 inches. If you go over here, top of the tire to the bottom of the fender, a little bit under 6. Now I don't have everything on it, you know. That side's a little bit over 7. This is a little under 6. So right about 1 1/4 inches. And then on the back, we got, I can't see that, but it's right about 4 1/4. And then if you go over here, sorry if y'all get that squeak on the camera, that's my shoe, because it's full of water. But over here, you got right about 5 1/2. So I gained a pretty good bit of clearance on something that took maybe an hour. It took maybe an hour to do the front and the back, and with the chopping the front off. But pretty simple, pretty easy. Now you don't have to use a die grinder or a little die grinder. You can use an angle grinder. You can use a sawzall. You can use whatever you want to use. But that's what I wanted to use, so that's what I had. Also, another thing, I don't know if I have any more blades or not, but use good blades. Don't buy just cheapo blades. I use Ingersoll Rand blades, but that's just me. But thanks for watching, guys. If you liked this video, please leave a like and comment down below. Hit that subscribe button, and hopefully I'll be back to regular for you guys, so I can y'all can actually hear me on these videos. I don't know if y'all can notice, but I'm actually having to like scream just so people can hear me, and it's terrible, but it is what it is. Gotta stay working on the Jeep. Gotta get this thing going and get it for sale. That's the main thing. But guys, we're about there. So hopefully by the next video, I know I've said this a couple times, but we are gonna work on this thing tonight. Try to finish up the fuel pump. Gotta put the exhaust back on it. Gotta put the inspection cover back on it for the transmission. And we should be ready to fire this thing. I got a new battery sitting over here for it, waiting to go. Odyssey battery, as always. Same thing I run on the white truck. Have been for a while. But guys, we're just about there. So I'm gonna get in here, rest for a little bit, see if I can take some stuff where my throat will quit hurting. But also seat brackets. Still got to do the brackets, but I did some measurements. I know what I need to do for those, so that will be another video. Quick disconnect steering wheel. I'm doing fantastic. I've probably taken this thing off 30 different times. getting measurements for the seat and me and a shorter person and all that kind of stuff. But we're making progress. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope y'all have a great day.